The life of a geisha, often misunderstood in popular culture, is a carefully structured blend of artistry, discipline, and social performance, deeply rooted in centuries of Japanese tradition, and begins long before one earns the official title. As the path starts with childhood training or early apprenticeship in specialized houses known as okia, where girls, often from age 7 to 15, are introduced to rigorous routines of etiquette, cultural education, music, dance, and language, alongside practical instruction in household tasks, personal grooming, and social behavior, all designed to prepare them for a role that combines aesthetic skill with refined social acumen, reflecting a culture in which entertainment, conversation, and the cultivation of elegance are central to both professional and social identity, while simultaneously imposing strict discipline, long hours, and hierarchical structures that govern relationships between apprentices, senior geisha onasen, and house managers okamasen, creating an environment in which respect, obedience, and precision are as critical as talent, and where the combination of artistry and social skill must be maintained under constant scrutiny. From the very beginning, a young apprentice, called a participates in the demanding daily routines of a geisha house, which include learning traditional arts such as playing the shamu, practicing classical Japanese dance, Nihon Bio, reciting poetry, and mastering the subtleties of conversational grace, while also attending to practical matters such as cleaning, serving meals, and performing errands, a regimen that instills both endurance and focus, and cultivates the poise, self-discipline, and situational awareness that will be necessary throughout her career, while also forging bonds of loyalty and mentorship between junior and senior members of the house, emphasizing the importance of hierarchy, teamwork, and the passing down of knowledge and cultural practice from one generation to the next. Alongside technical training, young geisha are educated in social and cultural literacy, including the etiquette of greeting guests, serving tea, responding with wit and charm, and understanding seasonal and poetic references that are central to conversation in traditional tea houses, ochaya, and entertainment gatherings, where subtlety, observation, and nuanced behavior determine reputation and success, reflecting a social environment in which mastery of social cues is inseparable from artistry, and where the ability to create comfort, impression, and engagement for clients is treated as both a professional skill and a form of cultural performance, requiring years of attentive practice, critical observation, and the internalization of formalized behaviors that are reinforced through repetition, feedback, and mentorship. The training also incorporates rigorous instruction in personal presentation, including posture, movement, facial expression, voice modulation, and the use of elaborate kimono, obi, and hair ornaments, each carefully chosen to reflect status, season, or the nature of the event, while also adhering to aesthetic and cultural norms that have been codified over centuries, requiring apprentices to develop precision in dressing, makeup, application, and overall appearance. A process that not only communicates artistry, but also social sophistication, signaling attention to detail, patience, and cultural understanding, which in turn shapes client perception and social reputation, making presentation as critical as skill in music, dance, or conversation. daily life as an apprentice is punctuated by practice, observation, and repetition, with long hours devoted to refining each skill, attending performances, and shadowing senior geisha in real social situations, where lessons are learned experientially as much as through formal instruction, and where mistakes or lapses in etiquette are addressed promptly, emphasizing the value placed on learning through lived experience, correction, and the cultivation of instinctive grace, a process that gradually transforms young trainees from novices into competent entertainers, capable of navigating complex social and cultural landscapes, while also developing resilience, self-control, and adaptability in the face of physical and psychological demands. Within the Okia, apprentices live communally, sharing sleeping quarters, meals, and responsibilities, which fosters a sense of collective identity, social cohesion, and mutual accountability, yet also imposes strict adherence to rules, hierarchy, and schedule, reinforcing discipline, respect, and emotional regulation, as interactions with peers, mentors, and clients are simultaneously educational, social, and evaluative, creating a continuous cycle of learning and self-presentation that shapes not only professional skill but also character and social perception, illustrating how the domestic and professional spheres are inseparable in the life of a geisha, and how communal living reinforces cultural and occupational norms. The transition from shikomi to minarai, the stage at which apprentices begin attending social functions under observation, represents a critical milestone, as the young trainee begins to apply lessons in music, dance, conversation, and etiquette in real-world contexts, while under the watchful eye of her onessen, learning to balance artistry with social engagement, adapt to unexpected situations, and maintain composure under scrutiny, all of which fosters confidence, situational awareness, and the ability to harmonize skill, presentation, and social interaction, essential for eventual recognition as a fully trained geisha, meiko, and later gaiko. Throughout this early phase, the influence of mentorship, repetition, and observation is paramount, as senior geisha serve as role models, disciplinarians, and evaluators, demonstrating that mastery is achieved not only through technical skill but through the cultivation of presence, emotional intelligence, and the capacity to navigate both formal and informal social contexts with grace, poise, and cultural sensitivity, while also preparing for the lifelong dedication and continuous learning that define the profession, highlighting the unique combination of artistry, social acumen, and disciplined lifestyle that distinguishes the geisha vocation. In conclusion, the beginnings of a geisha's life illustrate a carefully structured system of apprenticeship in which artistic training, social education, personal presentation, communal living, and mentorship converge to create the foundation for a lifetime of cultural performance, resilience, and social skill, revealing a world where discipline, aesthetic, refinement, and interpersonal intelligence are inseparable from daily survival, professional success, and the perpetuation of centuries-old cultural traditions, and establishing the groundwork for understanding the intricacies, demand, and enduring fascination of a life devoted to the art and practice of being a geisha. As a geisha apprentice progresses beyond the initial shikomi phase, entering the minarai stage, training intensifies dramatically, emphasizing not only mastery of traditional Japanese music, dance, and theatrical skills, but also the cultivation of social intelligence, composure, and emotional regulation. As the young trainee begins attending public gatherings and formal events where performance is both observed and evaluated, transforming theoretical knowledge into practiced skill within the living framework of social interaction, where every gesture, word, and movement contributes to perception and reputation. Musical training reaches a central focus at this stage, with apprentices dedicating hours daily to instruments such as the shamisen, koto, and taiko drums, learning precise finger positions, rhythmic timing, tonal control, and the ability to improvise within traditional melodies, while simultaneously memorizing extensive repertoires that span regional and seasonal variations, ceremonial music, and pieces appropriate for different social occasions. A process that demands not only technical skill, but also patience, auditory acuity, and the ability to internalize subtle aesthetic nuances, all while maintaining poise and grace. As performance is inseparable from the visual and social presentation that defines a geisha's artistry, dance instruction similarly intensifies as the apprentice learns Nihon Bayo, a classical Japanese dance form characterized by slow, deliberate movements, expressive gestures, and stylized storytelling, requiring the integration of balance, rhythm, posture, and facial expression, and demanding immense physical discipline and focus to achieve fluidity and elegance, while simultaneously communicating emotion, narrative, and cultural knowledge, as every motion must harmonize with musical accompaniment and convey subtle meaning to attentive audiences, reflecting the intricate relationship between technical mastery, aesthetic sensibility, and social communication that lies at the core of geisha artistry. Alongside artistic training, social acumen becomes increasingly critical, as minarai attend dinners, tea ceremonies, and cultural gatherings under the supervision of senior geisha, learning the complex etiquette of conversation, the subtle use of humor, the art of attentive listening, and the delicate navigation of social hierarchies, while also observing seasonal, poetic, and cultural references embedded in interactions, as missteps in speech, gesture, or understanding could impact reputation and advancement, emphasizing the intertwined nature of artistry and social intelligence, and highlighting that mastery of performance alone is insufficient without the ability to adapt to nuanced social environments. The minarai stage also introduces apprentices to client interactions, where they begin to understand the dynamics of hospitality, attention, and charm, learning to create a sense of comfort, engagement, and aesthetic pleasure for patrons through conversation, observation, and subtle gestures, while always maintaining boundaries and decorum, reflecting a sophisticated blend of performance, psychological awareness, and disciplined behavior, and emphasizing the apprenticeship's role in shaping both public skill and internalized social intelligence, as the geisha must learn to anticipate moods, respond appropriately, and sustain composure under scrutiny. Personal presentation grows increasingly important, as minarai adopt more elaborate kimono obi and seasonal hairstyles, while applying makeup that gradually evolves to signal rank, status, and artistic progression, requiring precision, timing and aesthetic judgment, and reinforcing the notion that visual impression is inseparable from performance and social perception, while also serving as an ongoing lesson in patience, attention to detail, and the embodiment of cultural ideals, as each aspect of appearance communicates knowledge, skill, and refinement, shaping both audience perception and internalized discipline. Mentorship remains central to advancement, as senior geisha provide hands-on guidance, critique, and instruction, modeling both technical skill and composure, while also demonstrating strategies for navigating the pressures of performance and social expectation, reinforcing the hierarchical and communal nature of the okiya, and highlighting the apprenticeship as a deeply relational process in which learning occurs through observation, repetition, correction, and emulation, fostering resilience, adaptability, and mastery through continuous engagement with more experienced practitioners. The Minarai also participate in seasonal events, festivals, and ceremonial performances, where they are expected to embody tradition, grace, and cultural knowledge, while navigating real-time social interaction, demonstrating an ability to perform under pressure and maintain elegance and focus in dynamic, unpredictable environments, a practice that refines both artistry and composure, while simultaneously preparing apprentices for the eventual transition to full recognition as Mako, and illustrating how the training system integrates technical, social, and psychological dimensions in a seamless, lifelong developmental process. Through these experiences, the apprentice begins to internalize the rhythms, expectations, and cultural codes that define geisha life, developing instinctive responses to social cues, fluidity in performance, and the capacity to harmonize artistry with interpersonal engagement, while also cultivating resilience to fatigue, social scrutiny, and the constant demands of professional presentation, demonstrating that the development of a geisha's skill set is as much about internalized discipline and social intelligence as it is about visible performance or technical mastery, and that success in this world depends on the integration of mind, body, and social awareness into a coherent and sustained mode of being. In conclusion, the Minarai stage represents a critical period in which theoretical training transforms into applied skill, combining music, dance, visual presentation, and sophisticated social navigation into a cohesive framework of performance and cultural literacy, while reinforcing hierarchical mentorship, communal discipline, and personal resilience, illustrating the complex, multidimensional, and highly disciplined nature of geisha life, and providing insight into the cultural, social, and artistic foundations that will ultimately enable a trainee to become a fully recognized geisha, capable of sustaining artistry, social grace, and professional excellence over a lifetime. The transition from apprentice to fully recognized geisha, often marked by ceremonies such as the era or turning of the collar, represents both a personal and professional milestone, signifying the culmination of years of rigorous training, mentorship, and social preparation, and the beginning of a career defined by artistry, cultural knowledge, and social acumen. As the young woman moves from the role of observer and learner into that of active participant and professional entertainer within the sophisticated social world of Kyoto or other geisha districts. In the months leading up to this transition, the apprentice refines every aspect of her performance and presentation, perfecting dance sequences, musical pieces, and conversational skills to ensure that each action reflects elegance, precision, and the aesthetic sensibilities central to geisha culture, while also rehearsing the subtleties of timing, posture, gaze, and gesture that convey both social awareness and personal refinement, as even minor errors in these areas can affect reputation, client satisfaction, and professional standing, illustrating the exacting nature of geisha training and the interdependence of technical skill, cultural literacy, and social intelligence. The debut ceremony itself is highly ritualized, involving changes in hairstyle, kimono, and symbolic items such as the collar and hair ornaments, which communicates the apprentice's transition and status to both clients and peers, while also reinforcing the hierarchical and communal dynamics of the geisha house, as senior geisha family members and mentors observe, guide, and validate the transition, emphasizing the relational and social dimensions of professional recognition, as well as the importance of ritualized action in transmitting cultural meaning and reinforcing group identity, highlighting that geisha life is structured around both individual mastery and collective validation. Post-debut responsibilities expand considerably as the newly recognized geisha begins hosting clients, performing at tea houses and parties, and participating in public and private cultural events where she must seamlessly integrate her artistry, social skills, and personal composure to create an environment of aesthetic pleasure, attentive conversation, and refined hospitality, demonstrating that professional success depends not only on technical performance, but also on the cultivation of trust, reputation, and interpersonal skill, as patrons and peers alike assess the geisha's ability to balance artistry with subtle social influence and discretion, a combination that defines both professional competence and cultural legitimacy. In addition to artistic and social duties, the geisha now assumes financial and contractual obligations, managing payments, appearances, and responsibilities to the okiya, while navigating complex networks of patronage, social expectation, and cultural protocol, requiring the integration of practical skills, organizational acumen, and emotional intelligence into daily practice, illustrating the multifaceted nature of professional life and the necessity of balancing artistic, social, and economic dimensions within a demanding career framework, while maintaining the poise, resilience, and composure cultivated through years of apprenticeship. Ongoing mentorship remains central even after debut, as senior geisha continue to guide, advise, and model professional behavior, while offering constructive feedback on artistic performance, conversational skill, and social navigation, reinforcing the principle that learning is continuous, and that mastery in geisha life is not a fixed achievement, but an evolving process of refinement, adaptation, and lifelong engagement with both tradition and contemporary social contexts. Communal life within the geisha house continues to shape personal behavior, with shared responsibilities, collaborative performances, and social support providing both structure and accountability, ensuring that new geisha develop resilience, cooperation, and an understanding of the relational dynamics that underlie artistic and social success, emphasizing that the personal, social, and professional spheres are deeply intertwined, and that individual skill must be harmonized with communal norms and expectations to sustain a long and reputable career. As geisha gain experience, they deepen their mastery of seasonal, poetic, and cultural references, allowing them to engage in nuanced conversation, create atmosphere, and interpret client needs with subtlety and sophistication, reinforcing the integration of intellect, social perception, and artistic skill, and highlighting the geisha's role not only as an entertainer but also as a cultural mediator and preserver of tradition, whose presence embodies centuries of refined aesthetic knowledge and social artistry, transmitted through generations of mentorship and apprenticeship. In conclusion, the final steps toward becoming a full geisha encapsulate the synthesis of years of disciplined training, social education, aesthetic refinement, and personal resilience, marking the transition from learner to professional and establishing a foundation for lifelong engagement with artistry, cultural performance, and sophisticated social interaction, illustrating that geisha life is defined not only by technical skill but by the seamless integration of artistry, social intelligence, composure, and cultural literacy, providing a vivid window into a world where discipline, beauty, and relational skill converge to create one of the most distinctive and enduring cultural traditions in history. The daily life of a geisha is a carefully orchestrated balance of artistry, social engagement, and personal discipline, beginning from the early hours of morning, when rising before dawn allows time for meticulous preparation of appearance, attire, and mindset. As the day's success is often determined by the seamless presentation of skill, poise, with attention to detail extending from hairstyling, kimono selection, and makeup application to the subtleties of posture, gait, and gesture, each movement crafted to convey elegance, refinement, and composure, as these visual cues communicate both mastery and respect for cultural tradition to clients, peers, and the broader social milieu. The morning routine is also a period of practice, as geisha dedicate time to perfecting musical instruments such as the shamisen or koto, rehearsing classical dance movements, and reviewing seasonal songs, poems, or cultural references that will form the basis of conversation and performance during the day's engagements, reflecting the principle that artistry is inseparable from preparation, discipline, and continuous refinement, with mastery emerging through repetition, self-awareness, and a deep internalization of cultural codes, while also fostering mental clarity, focus, and readiness for the nuanced social interactions that define the profession. After morning preparation, the geisha attends to household responsibilities within the okiya, which may include assisting junior members, coordinating schedules, maintaining personal and communal spaces, and participating in shared chores, reinforcing communal cohesion, hierarchy, and discipline, while instilling an understanding of collective responsibility and the relational skills necessary for collaboration, mentorship, and support in both domestic and professional contexts, illustrating how daily routines cultivate resilience, adaptability, and social awareness alongside technical skill. The afternoon period often involves rehearsals, meetings with senior geisha or clients, and travel to entertainment venues such as tea houses, ochaya, where each engagement requires precise timing, anticipation of client needs, and the ability to adapt performances to dynamic social contexts while maintaining composure, elegance, and responsiveness, highlighting the complex interplay between artistry, social intelligence, and professional responsibility, and emphasizing that the life of a geisha demands continuous integration of technical skill, aesthetic presentation, and psychological awareness. Social interactions form a central component of the geisha's daily work, with emphasis on attentive listening, conversational skill, and the subtle art of creating comfort, engagement, and impression through nuanced verbal and non-verbal cues, as patrons judge both technical performance and social grace. While cultural literacy allows the geisha to weave seasonal references, poetry, and historical allusions into dialogue, reinforcing her role as a cultural mediator and custodian of tradition, whose value lies as much in intellect, perception, and interpersonal finesse as in dance or music. The evening is typically the busiest period, when formal gatherings, dinners, and entertainment events take place, requiring extended focus, stamina, and adaptability. As the geisha navigates multiple clients, social hierarchies, and aesthetic expectations in succession, while performing music, dance, conversation, and hospitality seamlessly, reflecting a combination of mental endurance, emotional regulation, and physical discipline, as fatigue must be masked and composure maintained under sustained observation, demonstrating that performance is both an art and a discipline, integrating body, mind, and social perception into a continuous and highly demanding practice. Between engagements, geisha may retreat briefly for refreshment, reflection, or rehearsal, maintaining a strict balance between presentation and personal preparation, while managing the logistical and relational aspects of travel, appointments, and client interactions, demonstrating the constant negotiation between public performance and private maintenance, and illustrating how mastery of time, energy, and presence is critical to sustaining professionalism and cultural credibility. Personal care and rest are highly ritualized and integrated into the schedule, with bathing, stretching, and quiet reflection forming essential components of resilience and readiness, allowing geisha to maintain stamina, mental clarity, and the appearance of effortless grace, while reinforcing the connection between discipline, self-awareness, and aesthetic presentation, and highlighting the holistic approach to body, mind, and social interaction that underpins geisha life. Throughout the day, the geisha's awareness is continuously engaged, as observation, responsiveness, and adaptation are required to meet client expectations, adjust to social dynamics, and ensure that every movement, gesture, and word aligns with the cultural and professional standards of the profession, demonstrating the integration of artistry, cognition, and emotional intelligence as an ongoing, lived practice in which mastery is simultaneously internalized and expressed externally. In conclusion, the daily routines of a geisha illustrate a highly disciplined, structured, and multidimensional life in which artistry, social intelligence, and personal discipline intersect to create the appearance of effortless grace, while demanding continuous mental, physical, and emotional engagement, reinforcing the understanding that geisha life is defined not only by talent in music, dance, or conversation, but by the integration of preparation, composure, and cultural knowledge into every aspect of a carefully managed daily existence, providing insight into the enduring rigor, skill, and sophistication that characterize one of Japan's most iconic and culturally significant professions. A central aspect of a geisha's professional life revolves around client interactions, where the combination of artistry, social intelligence, and emotional composure defines both immediate success and long-term reputation, as geisha must navigate nuanced social hierarchies, individual preferences, and cultural expectations while maintaining elegance, attentiveness, and refined behavior, transforming every conversation, gesture, and musical performance into a subtle form of social influence and aesthetic engagement, in which mastery of technical skill, cultural knowledge, and interpersonal perception converge. During formal engagements at tea houses, ochaya parties, or seasonal festivals, geisha are expected to entertain guests through a seamless integration of dance, music, song, and conversation, responding dynamically to moods, attention, and social cues, ensuring that each patron experiences comfort, delight, and a sense of cultural sophistication, while simultaneously demonstrating the geisha's personal refinement, professionalism, and adaptability, as any lapse in attentiveness, timing, or demeanor could affect reputation and future invitations, highlighting the critical interplay between performance and perception. The process of entertaining clients requires not only technical skill in music and dance, but also an acute understanding of social nuance, as geisha employ verbal subtlety, attentiveness to gestures, and culturally informed references to poetry, seasonal imagery, and historical allusions, creating a conversation that is simultaneously pleasant, intellectually stimulating, and contextually appropriate, demonstrating that social intelligence and cultural literacy are as essential as artistry itself, and that the ability to harmonize multiple forms of communication, gestural, musical, is a defining feature of professional competence. Managing multiple clients in succession demands remarkable stamina, patience, as geisha must maintain composure, adapt to varied temperaments, and sustain energy and elegance for extended periods, masking fatigue or personal discomfort while projecting an image of effortless grace, demonstrating that resilience, discipline, and emotional regulation are as critical to the profession as technical skill, and that the ability to remain poised under continuous scrutiny is cultivated through years of apprenticeship, practice, and mentorship. Rituals and etiquette structure client interactions, reinforcing hierarchy, respect, and cultural expectation, as geisha observe formal greetings, serve tea or sake with precise movements, and adjust presentation and conversation according to status, seniority, and social context, highlighting the inseparability of artistry and social decorum, and emphasizing that success depends on mastering not only performance skills but also culturally codified behaviors that communicate propriety, refinement, and respect. The geisha's appearance kimono, obi, hairstyle, and makeup serves as both aesthetic expression and social signal, carefully chosen to reflect season, occasion, or rank, while enhancing the overall sensory experience for clients, reinforcing that visual presentation is integral to the holistic art of entertainment, and that attention to detail, harmony, and symbolic meaning enhances both personal reputation and the cultural impact of the performance. In addition to formal entertainment, geisha cultivate ongoing relationships with clients, observing personal preferences, adapting performances, and providing companionship that balances engagement with discretion, creating an environment in which cultural, emotional, and aesthetic considerations converge, fostering trust, repeated invitations, and professional longevity, demonstrating that success is built on the integration of artistry, social sensitivity, and relational intelligence, rather than mere technical ability. Communal guidance and mentorship continue to shape performance quality as senior geisha provide feedback, model behavior, and teach strategies for managing difficult clients, navigating complex social dynamics, and sustaining composure, ensuring that apprentices and newly debuted geisha internalize the standards, rhythms, and subtle expectations of the profession, and highlighting the relational and educational dimensions that persist throughout a geisha's career. The geisha's role extends beyond entertainment to include cultural preservation, as their performances, conversations, and seasonal awareness transmit traditional Japanese aesthetics, music, and dance, allowing clients and audiences to experience living cultural knowledge in a social and interactive context, emphasizing that the profession is both artistic and educational, and that each engagement contributes to the maintenance and dissemination of centuries-old cultural practices. Physical and mental endurance are critical, as extended evenings of performance, travel between venues, and sustained attention to multiple clients require careful management of energy, focus, and emotional regulation, with personal preparation, rest, and reflection strategically integrated into the day's schedule to ensure readiness for continued engagement, highlighting the holistic demands of the profession and the intimate connection between discipline, skill, and resilience. In conclusion, client interactions and the art of entertainment exemplify the multidimensional nature of geisha life, in which music, dance, conversation, visual presentation, social intelligence, and emotional regulation converge to create a seamless, immersive experience for patrons, while reinforcing cultural tradition, professional standards, and personal mastery, demonstrating that the success of a geisha is contingent not only on artistic ability, but on the continuous integration of skill, composure, and cultural awareness into every aspect of social and professional engagement, providing a vivid understanding of how artistry and social intelligence define daily professional life in one of Japan's most enduring cultural traditions. As the evening draws to a close, a geisha's professional day transitions from public performance to personal care and reflection, a critical period in which the demands of artistry, social engagement, and rigorous discipline converge, requiring careful attention to physical restoration, mental processing, and emotional regulation, as the cumulative fatigue from hours of dance, music, conversation, and social navigation must be counterbalanced by restorative practices that preserve both health and continued professional readiness. After leaving entertainment venues such as tea houses or parties, geisha often return to the okiya, where communal support, mentorship, and structured routines provide a framework for decompression and preparation for subsequent days, emphasizing that private life is deeply intertwined with professional life, as the domestic environment reinforces training, communal identity, and hierarchical norms. while offering the limited but essential space for personal reflection and recuperation, highlighting the inseparability of social, professional, and personal domains in a geisha's existence. Evening routines begin with careful removal of makeup and the complex attire of kimono and obi, a process requiring precision and patience, as proper care of clothing and personal presentation is not only practical but symbolic of discipline and respect for tradition. While grooming practices such as bathing, hair care, and attention to skin health restore both physical vitality and mental composure, illustrating that the aesthetics of the profession extend beyond performance and into daily self-maintenance, reinforcing the continuous connection between appearance, artistry, and cultural expectation. Personal reflection and rehearsal are integrated into the evening as geisha review the day's interactions, consider areas for improvement, and practice musical, dance, or conversational elements in preparation for future engagements, fostering a mindset of continuous learning and refinement, while also providing a structured space for internalizing feedback, maintaining focus, and cultivating resilience, demonstrating that the profession requires lifelong dedication to skill, social intelligence, and cultural mastery, with every day contributing incrementally to personal and professional growth. Communal interaction in the evening further reinforces social cohesion, mentorship, and relational learning as senior geisha provide guidance, share insights, and offer emotional support, while junior members exchange experiences and reflect on challenges, creating an environment in which social learning, empathy, and collective responsibility are reinforced alongside technical and aesthetic skill, illustrating that the geisha house functions as both a professional institution and a social community, where personal development, emotional regulation, and relational intelligence are cultivated through daily routines and communal engagement. Rest and sleep are approached with the same attentiveness as other routines, as geisha ensure proper posture, bedding arrangement, and environmental conditions that support restorative sleep, recognizing that physical recovery is essential for sustained performance, composure, and resilience, and that the integration of disciplined routines, mindful attention, and restorative practices underpins the geisha's ability to maintain excellence in artistry and social interaction over a long career, highlighting the holistic approach to professional life that encompasses body, mind, and relational dynamics. Even in private moments, attention to discipline and self-awareness persists, as geisha reflect on the balance between public performance and personal boundaries, navigate the emotional labor inherent in client interactions, and consolidate experiences that shape ongoing skill development and social intelligence, emphasizing that mastery is not solely technical but also psychological and relational, requiring continuous awareness, adaptation, and self-regulation to sustain professionalism, cultural fidelity, and personal well-being. Seasonal, cultural, and spiritual awareness continue to guide evening routines, as geisha may engage with poetic reflection, appreciation of seasonal changes, or subtle meditation, integrating aesthetic sensibility with emotional and cognitive restoration, demonstrating that the cultivation of mindfulness, cultural literacy, and aesthetic awareness is interwoven with personal care, contributing to a holistic sense of purpose and professional identity. while also preparing the mind for forthcoming performances and social engagement. In conclusion, the evening routines of a geisha exemplify the delicate balance between public performance and private life, highlighting the integration of physical restoration, emotional reflection, skill rehearsal, and communal interaction, while emphasizing the continuous cultivation of discipline, social intelligence, and cultural literacy, demonstrating that mastery in geisha life is sustained not only through daily practice and public engagement, but through thoughtful attention to recovery, reflection, and internalization of experience, providing a comprehensive understanding of how artistry, social sophistication, and personal resilience converge to shape the life of one of Japan's most enduring and complex cultural professions. Beyond the structure of daily life and routine performances, the life of a geisha is deeply intertwined with seasonal events, festivals, and the ceremonial calendar of Japanese society, where artistry, social skill, and cultural literacy converge to create experiences that are simultaneously entertaining, educational, and culturally resonant, reflecting centuries of tradition and the preservation of aesthetic and ritual practices. Seasonal festivals such as Gion Matsuri in Kyoto, cherry blossom celebrations, Hanami, and New Year gatherings require geisha to adapt their performance, attire, and demeanor to reflect seasonal themes, historical narratives, and culturally significant motifs, integrating dance, music, song, and conversation with symbolic meaning and contextual awareness, ensuring that clients and audiences are not merely entertained, but also immersed in the cultural and aesthetic symbolism of the event, highlighting the geisha's role as both performer and cultural mediator. Preparation for these events begins well in advance, with careful study of seasonal songs, poems, and dances, rehearsal of complex choreographies, selection of appropriate kimono, obi, and hair ornaments that reflect seasonal motifs, and attention to the subtleties of conversation, greeting, and ceremonial etiquette, demonstrating that mastery of tradition, aesthetics, and social intelligence is essential to professional competence, and emphasizing that the geisha's artistry extends beyond technical skill into the domain of cultural knowledge, social perception, and symbolic performance. During festival events, geisha perform in public or semi-public spaces, often interacting with large audiences or multiple clients simultaneously, requiring stamina, composure, and the ability to adapt performance in real time to shifting social dynamics, environmental conditions, and audience responses, highlighting the importance of resilience, mental agility, and refined social perception in sustaining excellence under complex, high-stakes circumstances, while also reinforcing the integration of artistry, social intelligence, and situational awareness that defines the profession. The social dimension of festival performance is equally significant, as geisha navigate hierarchies among peers, coordinate appearances with senior and junior members, and manage interactions with clients, officials, and cultural figures, demonstrating that professional skill is inseparable from relational intelligence, collaboration, and attention to nuance, and that cultural events serve not only as stages for artistic expression, but also as arenas for social learning, mentorship, and the reinforcement of communal identity within the geisha house and broader society. Aesthetic presentation takes on heightened importance during these events, with kimono, colors, patterns, seasonal accessories, and hairstyles carefully chosen to reflect both personal expression and adherence to cultural norms, signaling artistic competence, seasonal awareness, and social sensitivity, while also enhancing the immersive experience for observers, highlighting the geisha's ability to harmonize visual, auditory, and social elements into a cohesive performance that communicates tradition, artistry, and sophistication. The integration of music, dance, and conversation during festivals is complex, as geisha must balance ensemble performance with individual presence, respond dynamically to audience attention, and convey subtle thematic or poetic references, illustrating that artistry is both technical and social, requiring continuous attention to timing, expression, and relational dynamics, and demonstrating that cultural competence is central to professional excellence, with each performance contributing to the preservation, transmission, and lived experience of Japanese tradition. Mentoring and observation continue to play a critical role during festival participation, as senior geisha guide juniors through intricate ceremonies, model appropriate behavior, and provide immediate feedback, reinforcing learning, skill, refinement, and the transmission of cultural knowledge, illustrating that apprenticeship and mentorship are continuous processes that extend into all professional contexts, from daily routines to high-profile cultural events. In addition to entertainment, geisha serve as custodians of cultural heritage, embodying and preserving traditional dance, music, poetry, and social practice, and ensuring that the subtleties of seasonal awareness, ritual observance, and aesthetic refinement are conveyed with precision, sophistication, and grace, emphasizing the dual role of geisha as performers and cultural educators, whose work sustains and communicates centuries of artistic and social tradition to diverse audiences. Personal preparation, endurance, and reflection are critical during extended festival events, as geisha must maintain stamina, composure, and attention to detail across multiple performances, interactions, and social obligations, while also managing fatigue, environmental conditions, and complex logistics, illustrating the holistic demands of professional life and the integration of physical, cognitive, and emotional skills in sustaining excellence over long, high-pressure engagements. The balance between performance and observation is particularly significant, as geisha continuously assess audience engagement, anticipate social dynamics, and adapt gestures, conversation, and musical or dance expression accordingly, demonstrating that mastery requires both technical competence and acute social perception, and that the ability to harmonize artistry with social responsiveness is a defining feature of professional practice. In conclusion, participation in special events, seasonal festivals, and culturally significant ceremonies exemplifies the multifaceted and highly disciplined nature of geisha life, where technical artistry, social intelligence, aesthetic awareness, and cultural literacy converge to create immersive, meaningful experiences, highlighting the geisha's role as both entertainer and cultural custodian, and providing a comprehensive understanding of how seasonal and ceremonial engagement reinforces professional skill, communal identity, and the enduring transmission of tradition within one of Japan's most iconic and complex cultural practices. Within the geisha community, mentorship, peer relationships, and hierarchical dynamics form the backbone of professional development, social cohesion, and the transmission of cultural knowledge, shaping both the personal and professional life of each geisha while reinforcing a structure that has endured for centuries. Senior geisha, or onisan, serve as mentors, role models, and evaluators, guiding apprentices and newly debuted geisha through the complexities of artistic performance, social etiquette, client interaction, and ceremonial protocol, offering feedback, instruction, and emotional support, while simultaneously modeling the composure, grace, and professionalism expected at every level of practice, demonstrating that expertise is not merely technical but relational, combining skill with mentorship and the cultivation of trust and respect, and emphasizing the social nature of learning in geisha culture. Apprentices, or meiko, navigate peer relationships that are simultaneously supportive, competitive, and instructive, as collaboration is essential in ensemble performances, coordinated appearances, and the sharing of communal responsibilities. Yet reputation, attention from mentors, and visibility in social and professional settings introduces subtle competition, requiring apprentices to balance camaraderie with ambition, while learning to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics, social hierarchies, and the expectations of both peers and seniors, illustrating that relational intelligence is as critical as artistic mastery in the development of a successful geisha. Hierarchical structures within the okiya dictate patterns of interaction, duty, and opportunity, as seniority determines responsibilities, privileges, mentorship, roles, and access to clients or prestigious engagements, reinforcing respect, discipline, and adherence to cultural norms, while also providing a framework within which skill, initiative, and social acumen can be recognized and nurtured, highlighting that hierarchy functions not merely as authority but as an educational and relational scaffold, guiding growth, skill acquisition, and cultural transmission. Mentorship relationships are deeply personal, as senior geisha often invest in the holistic development of their juniors, providing guidance in performance, appearance, conversation, and emotional resilience, while modeling the navigation of social obligations, client expectations, and professional pressures, emphasizing that apprenticeship is both technical and relational, integrating artistic skill with interpersonal learning, cultural understanding, and social intelligence, and reinforcing the importance of observation, feedback, and emulation in achieving mastery. Peer relationships are also critical in fostering emotional resilience, social awareness, and collaborative skill, as geisha rely on each other for feedback, encouragement, and support during high-pressure performances, ceremonies, and social interactions, while simultaneously learning to navigate subtle competition, social ranking, and the complex social codes that govern conduct within the house and broader professional context, demonstrating that successful geisha are not only skilled artists, but also adept social navigators capable of managing complex relational networks. Hierarchical dynamics influence every aspect of geisha life, from the allocation of performance opportunities and client interactions to seating arrangements, ceremonial roles, and the distribution of mentoring responsibilities, reflecting the deeply structured nature of the profession, in which respect for seniority, protocol, and communal norms is inseparable from personal skill and professional success, and highlighting that advancement is dependent not only on talent, but also on the ability to integrate into social structures, demonstrate respect, and cultivate trust and rapport within both peer and mentor networks. The combination of mentorship and hierarchy facilitates the transmission of cultural knowledge, including music, dance, conversation, seasonal references, poetic literacy, and ceremonial etiquette, ensuring that younger generations internalize aesthetic values, relational skills, and social intelligence while maintaining fidelity to tradition, emphasizing that geisha life is both a professional and cultural apprenticeship in which learning extends across technical, social, and cognitive domains, reinforcing the continuity of centuries-old practices. Communal responsibility is another key aspect, as both seniors and peers collaborate, coordinate events, and support each other during demanding engagements, highlighting that professional skill is inseparable from collective effort, relational awareness, and mutual accountability, and illustrating that the social infrastructure of the geisha community is as vital to the preservation of tradition and professional excellence as individual talent and discipline. During special events and seasonal festivals, hierarchical and peer dynamics are intensified as apprentices and seniors navigate hypersure performances, coordinate intricate routines, manage client expectations, and maintain composure under scrutiny, demonstrating that relational intelligence, mentorship, and collaborative skill are essential to success, while also providing rich experiential learning opportunities in which juniors observe, emulate, and refine their craft under real-world conditions, highlighting the integrative nature of geisha training that combines artistry, social awareness, and cultural literacy. Emotional intelligence and resilience are cultivated through these interactions, as geisha learn to manage pride, jealousy, humility, and empathy in the context of peer comparison, mentorship, feedback, and social observation, reinforcing psychological robustness and interpersonal skill, while also sustaining cohesion, mutual respect, and effective mentorship within the communal structure, demonstrating that relational skills are cultivated intentionally and continuously alongside artistic mastery. In conclusion, mentorship, peer relationships, and hierarchical dynamics form an essential foundation for professional and personal development within geisha society, providing structured guidance, collaborative learning, emotional support, and cultural transmission, while reinforcing discipline, composure, and relational intelligence, demonstrating that mastery in the geisha profession is achieved not only through technical skill, but through continuous engagement with social, cultural, and hierarchical networks, highlighting the intricate interplay of artistry, social cognition, and mentorship that sustains one of Japan's most enduring and sophisticated cultural traditions. Despite the elegance, artistry, and cultural refinement associated with geisha life, the profession encompasses significant emotional and social challenges. As geisha navigate complex interpersonal relationships, hierarchical pressures, societal expectations, and the physical and psychological demands of constant performance, revealing that mastery of skill alone is insufficient without resilience, emotional intelligence, and adaptability, One of the primary challenges lies in balancing personal ambition with communal expectations. As apprentices and newly debuted geisha must demonstrate diligence, respect for seniors, and adherence to established protocols, while also striving to develop unique artistry, maintain visibility, and build client relationships, creating a delicate tension between self-expression and conformity that requires continuous negotiation, careful observation, and nuanced social decision-making, highlighting the cognitive and emotional complexity of geisha life. Conflicts can arise from hierarchical structures within the okiya, as competition for mentorship, attention, client engagement, and performance opportunities may generate subtle rivalries, feelings of envy, or perceived inequities, which apprentices must navigate through tact, discretion, and emotional regulation, while maintaining composure and demonstrating respect, illustrating that interpersonal skill is as essential as technical mastery, and that success in the profession depends on the ability to harmonize ambition with relational intelligence, patience, and empathy. Peer dynamics also present emotional challenges, as geisha must balance camaraderie, mentorship, support, and collaboration with the realities of comparison, judgment, and social ranking, requiring constant awareness of social cues, nuanced communication, and the capacity to manage internal feelings alongside external performance, emphasizing the emotional labor inherent in geisha life, self-awareness, and relational skill in sustaining long-term professional and personal equilibrium. Client interactions, while central to professional identity and income, also demand emotional fortitude, as geisha are expected to remain attentive, graceful, and engaging regardless of personal feelings, fatigue, or client behavior, creating a continuous cycle of emotional labor that requires psychological regulation, empathy, and the capacity to mask stress or discomfort, demonstrating that emotional management is a core competency alongside music, dance, and conversation, and that the profession demands integration of cognitive, physical, and affective skills into a seamless performance. The duality of public performance and private life can be a source of tension, as geisha navigate boundaries between professional persona and personal identity, balancing social obligations, communal expectations, and client needs with the necessity of rest, reflection, and private emotional processing, highlighting the persistent negotiation between external presentation and internal experience, and illustrating that the cultivation of composure, resilience, and self-regulation is essential for sustaining health, artistry, and social credibility. Physical strain and fatigue compound emotional challenges, as long hours of dance, musical performance, travel between venues, and engagement with clients demand stamina, discipline, and endurance, requiring geisha to maintain attention, posture, and elegance under extended stress, demonstrating that mastery of artistry is inseparable from the ability to manage the body and emotions in concert, and that the physical and emotional dimensions of the profession are mutually reinforcing and simultaneously demanding. Societal expectations and cultural scrutiny further heighten the emotional complexity of geisha life, as adherence to aesthetic standards, seasonal knowledge, poetic literacy, and traditional behavior is continuously observed by peers, mentors, clients, and the public, reinforcing the pressure to perform flawlessly while embodying centuries of cultural tradition, emphasizing that success is measured not only in technical skill, but in consistent demonstration of composure, grace, and cultural literacy, and that the social gaze contributes significantly to both motivation and stress. Mentorship, while a source of guidance and support, can also present emotional challenges, as feedback may be direct, critical, or socially nuanced, requiring apprentices to interpret, internalize, and respond constructively while maintaining respect, humility, and composure, illustrating the simultaneous cultivation of skill and emotional resilience within hierarchical structures. The accumulation of stress, emotional labor, and physical exertion over time underscores the necessity of personal coping strategies, communal support, and reflective practices, as geisha develop mechanisms to manage fatigue, interpersonal tension, and performance pressure, including rehearsal, meditation, social support, and ritualized routines, highlighting the integration of mental, emotional, and physical preparation in sustaining a lifelong career and maintaining well-being. In conclusion, the challenges, conflicts, and emotional aspects of geisha life reveal the profound complexity underlying a profession often romanticized for its elegance and artistry, demonstrating that mastery requires not only technical skill and cultural knowledge, but also sophisticated emotional intelligence, resilience, and relational skill, with success dependent on the ability to navigate hierarchical structures, peer relationships, client interactions, and personal boundaries, while sustaining composure, health, and artistic integrity, providing a holistic understanding of how the demands of performance, social expectation, and emotional labor converge to shape one of Japan's most demanding and culturally significant professions. A crucial, yet often overlooked, aspect of geisha life lies in the intricate systems of economics, patronage, and financial management, which sustain both the individual practitioner and the broader community of the okiya, shaping the structure, hierarchy, and daily operations of geisha society while influencing professional opportunities, social interactions, and long-term career prospects, as each geisha's livelihood is intimately tied to the cultivation of clients, careful management of earnings, and the negotiation of professional obligations and personal expenses. Geisha typically operate under contracts with their houses, which provide lodging, training, and access to clientele, while simultaneously managing the repayment of debts incurred during apprenticeship, attire, instruments, and other professional necessities, illustrating that financial literacy, discipline, and negotiation skills are central to professional competence, as mismanagement can compromise reputation, independence, and future opportunities, highlighting that artistry is inseparable from economic acumen in sustaining a viable career. Patronage forms the backbone of geisha economics, with relationships between geisha and long-term clients providing both income stability and social capital, as patrons are expected to attend engagements regularly, provide remuneration commensurate with services, and occasionally sponsor seasonal or ceremonial participation, creating a reciprocal system of obligation, loyalty, and cultural engagement, wherein geisha maintain client satisfaction through artistry, social intelligence, and attentive behavior, while clients gain access to refined entertainment, aesthetic pleasure, and social prestige, demonstrating the interdependence of economic exchange, cultural practice, and social negotiation. Client cultivation is strategic and continuous, requiring geisha to understand individual preferences, adapt performances and conversation to specific tastes, and maintain professional discretion, ensuring the sustainability of long-term patronage and the stability of income, while simultaneously building reputation within the district and securing opportunities for advancement, ceremonial participation, and visibility in cultural events, emphasizing that relational skill, subtle social influence, and aesthetic consistency are central to economic success. The management of earnings within the okiya also follows structured practices, as a portion of income is allocated to cover communal costs, repayment of apprenticeship debts, and operational expenses, while individual geisha retain discretionary funds for personal or professional needs, reflecting a balance between collective responsibility and individual autonomy, and reinforcing hierarchical structures, mentorship obligations, and communal interdependence, while also providing the framework for financial planning, accountability, and sustainable career development. Seasonal and event-based income contributes significantly to geisha finances, as festivals, special parties, and ceremonial engagements often command higher fees due to increased performance complexity, travel, and visibility, requiring strategic scheduling, efficient management of time and energy, and careful negotiation with clients and mentors to maximize opportunities while maintaining composure, artistry, and social propriety, highlighting the integration of economic awareness with professional discipline and cultural responsibility. Investments in appearance, attire, and professional tools constitute another critical element of financial management, as elaborate kimono, seasonal accessories, hairstyles, and musical instruments are both essential for performance and culturally symbolic, serving as markers of status, skill, and aesthetic refinement, while representing significant financial outlay that must be planned, maintained, and replaced with foresight and prudence, demonstrating that economic literacy extends into material, aesthetic, and symbolic dimensions of professional life. Mentorship and senior guidance play a role in teaching financial discipline and client relations, as experienced geisha provides strategies for budgeting, negotiating fees, cultivating patronage, and balancing communal and personal obligations, reinforcing the relational and educational dimension of economic skill, while also ensuring that cultural and artistic values remain integrated with financial practice, illustrating that the profession combines mentorship, relational intelligence, and practical skill in a continuous system of professional development. Emotional and social considerations intersect with financial management, as geisha must navigate delicate social expectations regarding fees, gifts, attendance, and ceremonial obligations, requiring tact, subtlety, and cultural literacy to maintain relationships, uphold reputation, and ensure ongoing patronage, emphasizing that economic success is inseparable from social intelligence, composure, and ethical conduct within both communal and client networks. In conclusion, economics, patronage, and financial management are central to geisha life, encompassing not only the handling of income and expenses, but also the cultivation of long-term relationships, adherence to communal obligations, strategic planning, and integration of aesthetic, social, and cultural responsibilities, demonstrating that mastery of geisha life requires the simultaneous development of artistry, social intelligence, and economic acumen, ensuring sustainable careers, cultural preservation, and the continued flourishing of one of Japan's most enduring and complex professions. A geisha's economic life is inseparable from the cultivation and maintenance of client relationships, which operate within a complex system of contracts, expectations, and social obligations, requiring the integration of artistic skill, social intelligence, and financial prudence to sustain both income and professional reputation, as each client represents not only a source of remuneration but also a social and cultural connection through which the geisha's artistry, refinement, and cultural knowledge are experienced, evaluated, and rewarded. Formal contracts or agreements with patrons often stipulate frequency of engagement, types of services provided, and financial arrangements, including fees for attendance at seasonal events, performances, and private gatherings, while also codifying expectations regarding discretion, comportment, and etiquette, emphasizing the combination of economic, social, and ethical dimensions in professional life, and illustrating that contractual obligations are not merely transactional but embedded in cultural, aesthetic, and relational frameworks. Cultivating client loyalty requires sustained attention to individual preferences, moods, and patterns of engagement, as geisha must remember personal details, anticipate reactions, and tailor conversation, music, and dance performances to meet expectations, thereby reinforcing relational bonds while simultaneously maintaining artistic and cultural integrity, highlighting the interplay between emotional intelligence, technical mastery, and economic sustainability, and demonstrating that successful patronage is a multidimensional skill that blends performance, observation, and social strategy. Balancing artistic priorities with economic obligations presents ongoing challenges, as geisha must allocate time, energy, and resources to fulfill client commitments while maintaining the quality of performance, rehearsal, and personal development, requiring meticulous planning, self-discipline, and the ability to prioritize competing demands, illustrating that mastery in geisha life is as much about strategic decision-making and resource management as it is about musical, dance, or conversational skill, and that economic pressures are deeply intertwined with artistic choices. Negotiation of fees and expectations is both subtle and culturally informed, requiring tact, discretion, and adherence to tradition, as overt financial discussion may conflict with social norms or client comfort, necessitating careful communication, symbolic gestures, and relational acumen to achieve mutually satisfactory outcomes, demonstrating that financial literacy in geisha life extends beyond arithmetic to include social, cultural, and psychological dimensions. Communal support and mentorship play an essential role in managing these economic and relational dynamics. As senior geisha advise on client selection, negotiation strategies, and prioritization of engagements, while modeling composure, ethical behavior, and relational tact, illustrating that financial and social skills are transmitted alongside artistic and cultural knowledge, creating a holistic framework for professional development. The maintenance of client relationships also intersects with seasonal and ceremonial obligations, as geisha must coordinate attendance at festivals, private parties, and public events in ways that honor both contractual commitments and cultural expectations, balancing economic necessity with the integrity of artistic and cultural performance, emphasizing that professionalism involves the harmonization of multiple responsibilities, including monetary, social, and aesthetic considerations. Emotional resilience is critical, as geisha must navigate potential conflicts, misunderstandings, or fluctuations in client interest, maintaining composure, grace, and discretion while addressing concerns, adjusting performances, and reinforcing loyalty, demonstrating that client management is an ongoing process that integrates relational intelligence, self-regulation, and adaptive artistry, and highlighting the emotional labor inherent in sustaining patronage. The allocation of earnings to communal obligations, personal needs, and professional reinvestment requires careful planning and discipline, as geisha must balance repayment of apprenticeship costs, purchase of seasonal attire, instruments, and accessories, and contribution to shared expenses within the okiya, ensuring that financial decisions support both immediate obligations and long-term sustainability, while preserving professional credibility and artistic standards, reinforcing the inseparability of economic, social, and aesthetic management. In conclusion, client relationships, contractual obligations, and the balance between economic responsibilities and artistic priorities form a central pillar of geisha life, requiring sophisticated integration of social intelligence, financial literacy, and artistic mastery, with each interaction, engagement, and negotiation reflecting a combination of technical skill, cultural understanding, relational tact, and economic acumen, illustrating that the success, sustainability, and cultural impact of a geisha's career depend as much on her ability to navigate economic and social networks as on her proficiency in dance, music, or conversation, providing a comprehensive understanding of the intricate and multidimensional demands of one of Japan's most enduring cultural professions. Long-term financial planning and the pursuit of professional independence represent essential, yet complex dimensions of a geisha's career, as the sustainability of one's livelihood, social standing, and artistic freedom depend on careful management of income, patronage, investments in attire and instruments, and adherence to communal obligations within the okiya, requiring foresight, discipline, and strategic decision-making over years and even decades, illustrating that mastery in geisha life is as much about economic acumen as it is about artistry and social intelligence. Geisha must balance immediate financial obligations, such as repayment of apprenticeship costs, daily expenses, and seasonal attire, with long-term goals, including securing stable patronage, accumulating discretionary funds, and preparing for eventual independence from communal structures, highlighting the need for meticulous planning, negotiation skills, and the ability to anticipate fluctuations in demand, social opportunities, and economic conditions, while simultaneously maintaining professional composure and cultural integrity. Securing long-term patronage is a critical strategy for professional sustainability, as relationships with loyal clients provide both financial stability and social capital, allowing geisha to plan their schedules, invest in high-quality instruments and seasonal kimono, and engage in prestigious events that enhance reputation and professional visibility, demonstrating that relational intelligence, subtle social negotiation, and consistent artistic excellence are essential components of career longevity. With financial and social strategies intertwined at every stage, investment in professional tools, attire, and artistic development is both a financial and strategic consideration. As high-quality shamisen, koto, seasonal kimono, and hair accessories not only enable superior performance, but also signal status, refinement, and aesthetic sensitivity to clients and peers, reinforcing reputation, patronage potential, and competitive standing within the geisha district, illustrating that economic decisions are inseparable from artistic and social considerations. Mentorship and communal guidance play a vital role in long-term financial planning, as senior geisha advise on managing income, navigating patronage networks, and making strategic choices regarding investments, engagements, and personal development, while modeling ethical conduct, discretion, and relational acumen, demonstrating that sustained success is cultivated through a combination of guidance, observation, and experiential learning, with financial and social literacy transmitted alongside artistic mastery. The transition to professional independence, often marked by repayment of apprenticeship debts or achieving a certain level of client stability, requires careful navigation of communal expectations, contractual obligations, and social norms, as geisha negotiate a balance between autonomy, continued mentorship, and ongoing participation in house responsibilities, highlighting that independence is both an economic and social achievement, contingent on skill, reputation, and relational intelligence, and reflecting the interconnectedness of financial planning, artistry, and professional credibility. Emotional resilience and strategic foresight are necessary to manage periods of fluctuating income, seasonal engagement cycles, or shifts in client relationships, as geisha must adapt schedules, maintain visibility, and cultivate relationships without compromising performance, quality, or social etiquette, demonstrating that career longevity depends on the integration of artistic discipline, social intelligence, and financial prudence, with each decision contributing to sustainability, reputation, and professional growth. Retirement planning and long-term security also factor into financial strategy, as geisha may allocate resources for health, housing, or investments that ensure comfort and stability in later years, while also considering the preservation of their artistic legacy, mentoring of juniors, and continued participation in cultural activities, illustrating the holistic nature of career management that integrates economic foresight, professional reputation, and cultural contribution. In conclusion, long-term financial planning, professional independence, and career sustainability encompass the full spectrum of skills, knowledge, and strategic decision-making required, integrating artistry, social intelligence, and economic acumen into a coherent professional practice that spans decades, highlighting that success is not solely a matter of talent or beauty, but depends on careful cultivation of relationships, disciplined management of resources, continuous artistic development, and strategic navigation of the complex social, economic, and cultural landscape of geisha life. providing a comprehensive understanding of how one of Japan's most demanding professions endures across both time and generations. The legacy of the geisha is both an enduring cultural phenomenon and a living testament to Japan's ability to preserve its artistic heritage while adapting to the rhythm of modern change. As the figure of the geisha has transcended her origins as an entertainer to become an emblem of refinement, discipline, and the subtle elegance of traditional Japanese aesthetics, embodying centuries of evolving social structures, artistic techniques, and gendered expectations within a single unified tradition, and representing a delicate balance between continuity and adaptation. To understand the geisha's legacy is to perceive not only the grace of dance, music, and etiquette, but also the resilience, intelligence, and emotional depth that have allowed the profession to survive through war, economic transformation, and cultural globalization. As each generation of geisha inherits not merely a set of skills, but a philosophy of living, one that prizes harmony, discretion, and beauty as forms of moral and cultural expression. During the Meiji era, when Japan's rapid modernization threatened many traditional institutions, the geisha maintained their role by redefining themselves as custodians of national culture, adapting attire, performance styles, and business practices to align with new social expectations, while preserving the essence of omotenashi, the spirit of hospitality, an artistry that lies at the heart of Japanese refinement, a unique ability to evolve without erasing the past, ensuring that the geisha remained both contemporary and timeless. This continuity through transformation required not only individual adaptability, but also collective resolve. As okiya houses, tea districts, and training schools worked to codify practices, maintain apprenticeships, and protect intellectual and artistic property from commodification, ensuring that the geisha's art remained a living, breathing tradition rather than a commercial performance emptied of meaning, illustrating how the preservation of legacy depends as much on structure and mentorship as on talent or beauty. The legacy of the geisha also lies in their subtle yet profound influence on broader Japanese culture, on fashion, music, art, and even business etiquettes, since the principles of composure, respect, and elegance embodied by the geisha have permeated social behavior and aesthetics beyond the tea house, shaping how grace and harmony are understood within the modern Japanese consciousness. Even as urbanization and globalization altered the landscape of leisure and entertainment, the geisha's commitment to mastery, artistry, and refined service continued to inspire admiration, becoming a form of cultural heritage recognized both within Japan and internationally, where the image of the geisha, though often misunderstood, has come to symbolize the mysterious allure of traditional Japan. This duality, being both revered and misinterpreted, forms a critical aspect of the modern geisha's legacy, as practitioners must navigate between preserving authenticity and correcting misconceptions, ensuring that their image as artists, not courtesans, is upheld with dignity and clarity, revealing how cultural preservation in the modern world demands both performance and education. In this context, the geisha's role as cultural ambassador has become increasingly vital. As contemporary geisha engage in public performances, media interviews, and international collaborations designed to communicate the subtleties of their art to a global audience, blending centuries-old techniques with new forms of storytelling, and reinforcing the idea that tradition can coexist with innovation when guided by integrity and discipline. The endurance of the geisha legacy thus depends not merely on nostalgia or preservation, but on living adaptation, on the willingness of each generation to reinterpret the meaning of grace, discipline, and beauty in a changing world, ensuring that the geisha remains not a relic of the past, but a vibrant symbol of cultural identity, artistry, and resilience. Through this perspective, the geisha's story becomes a universal lesson about the human capacity for renewal, teaching that heritage is not static but dynamic, requiring both reverence for the past and courage to evolve, and that the most enduring traditions are those that, like the geisha herself, embody the quiet power of transformation through continuity, offering modern Japan and the world a reminder that true refinement lies not in resisting change, but in shaping it gracefully. As the 20th century unfolded and Japan stepped fully into the modern global arena, the life of the geisha faced unprecedented transformation. For the forces of industrialization, globalization, and tourism reshaped not only the nation's economy but its cultural self-perception, forcing traditional arts to find new meaning within a rapidly changing world that prized both innovation and authenticity. The geisha, once an exclusive symbol of elite refinement, confined to the tea districts of Kyoto, Tokyo, and Kanazawa, gradually became an international emblem of Japan itself, admired and romanticized by visitors and artists from abroad who saw in her the embodiment of mystery, beauty, and discipline. Yet this global fascination brought both opportunity and distortion, as centuries of subtle artistry were often reduced to stereotypes or misinterpretations, prompting modern geisha communities to undertake the delicate task of redefining their place between tradition and tourism. In the post-war decades, as Japan rebuilt its economy and sought to project an image of sophistication to the world, the geisha once again served as cultural diplomats, representing a continuity of national spirit that transcended destruction and modernization alike, performing at international expositions, cultural festivals, and diplomatic events where there are triffin dance, shamisen music, poetry, and conversation was presented not as entertainment alone, but as living history. Yet, within Japan itself, geisha districts faced challenges, declining patronage, rising costs of apprenticeship, and a younger generation less inclined toward the demanding discipline of the karikai, the flower and willow world, leading to a slow contraction of tea houses and training houses through the late 20th century, even as tourism revived global interest, illustrating the paradox of a tradition both endangered and revitalized by the same modern gaze. The integration of tourism into geisha life required thoughtful management, maintaining authenticity while allowing accessibilities. So many Hanamachi districts introduced public performances, cultural workshops, and guided experiences that permitted visitors to witness the art of the geisha without reducing it to spectacle, creating new pathways of education and appreciation while preserving the sanctity of private engagements, demonstrating an evolution from exclusivity toward cultural exchange. This balancing act demanded immense professionalism, as geisha and their mentors had to ensure that commercial opportunity did not dilute artistic standards, meaning that every adaptation from English language introductions to simplified cultural demonstrations had to be anchored in respect for form, history, and aesthetic integrity, reaffirming the geisha's role as both artist and guardian of tradition. Global media, films, and literature further amplified the fascination, often mythologizing the geisha in ways that mixed truth with fiction. And so contemporary geisha began to participate in interviews, documentaries, and online platforms, offering their own voices to correct misconceptions and share authentic perspectives on training, discipline, and artistry, transforming public relations into a new form of cultural diplomacy. The result has been a remarkable reinvention of the geishas, image not as an artifact of the past, but as a living link between eras, embodying the idea that tradition need not retreat before modernity, but can coexist with it, guiding the world toward deeper understanding of what refinement and dedication truly mean. Within Japan, younger geisha continue to emerge, motivated by respect for culture and a desire for meaningful artistry, proving that the profession endures not through nostalgia but through relevance. As modern audiences, both domestic and international, rediscover the quiet power of ritual, music, and graceful presence in an increasingly hurried world. This evolution reflects a deeper truth that geisha life has never been static, but always responsive to the changing tides of society. Its survival dependent on adaptability, mentorship, and the timeless appeal of human connection expressed through art. Today's geisha, therefore, serve as both performers and educators, bridging centuries through every movement of the fan, every note of the shamisen, every bow of greeting, reminding audiences that authenticity and transformation are not opposites, but partners in the survival of beauty. Through tourism, globalization, and media, the geisha has extended her influence beyond the narrow alleys of Gion or Pontocho, carrying Japan's cultural soul to the world stage while preserving the dignity of her origins. And in doing so, she has achieved what few institutions manage to remain, both ancient and modern, exclusive and open, silent and eloquent all at once, offering a living lesson in the art of balance, resilience, and grace amid the noise of modernity. In the quiet rhythm of modern Japan, amid the neon lights, bullet trains, and ever-evolving technology, the spirit of the geisha continues to whisper softly through the culture's heart, not merely as a preserved relic of the past, but as a living philosophy, a reminder of discipline, grace, and the profound artistry that emerges when tradition is lived, not just remembered. Her presence, though less visible than in the grand days of the Edo or Meiji eras, endures in the values that shape Japanese aesthetics, hospitality, and interpersonal conduct. As her philosophy of Ichigo, Ichigitha, awareness that every meeting is unique and unrepeatable, remains central to Japanese etiquette and mindfulness, influencing how people interact in both formal and casual settings. The poise of the geisha, once reserved for the tea house, now echoes in the subtlety of Japanese communication, in the refined gestures of tea ceremonies, and even in the elegance of modern service industries, where quiet attentiveness, respect, and aesthetic harmony are still seen as measures of excellence, demonstrating how her cultural DNA threads through the national character. As modern Japan engages with the world, this quiet strength, the ability to balance precision with empathy, artistry with professionalism, has become an invisible export, shaping how Japanese brands, cuisine, and art are received abroad. For in every moment of deliberate care or beauty, there lingers the ghost of the geisha's refinement. Her philosophy of self-mastery and lifelong learning continues to inspire beyond her traditional sphere, as women and men alike reinterpret her dedication to craft as a model for professional and creative excellence, transforming the principles of dance and music into universal lessons about patience, discipline, and emotional intelligence. In education, art, and even corporate culture, the geisha's approach, where form and sincerity coexist, has become a metaphor for how to live meaningfully in a world of distraction, teaching that elegance lies not in ornament but in awareness. Globally, the geisha's image, once exoticized and misunderstood, has found renewed appreciation as a symbol of resilience, independence, and cultural sophistication, with scholars, artists, and travelers seeking to understand her not as a fantasy but as a human expression of Japan's enduring artistry. Museums, documentaries, and cultural exchange programs now strive to capture the depth of her life, the rigorous training, the hidden sacrifices, the small yet monumental victories of each performance, and, in doing so, they honor her legacy not through imitation but understanding, acknowledging that her role was never about appearance alone, but about the cultivation of inner calm and outer harmony. The geisha's quiet power lies in her ability to teach presence in an age that has forgotten how to pause. For her, art depends on the mastery of stillness, the silent poise before movement, the measured breath before sound, a quality increasingly rare in a world driven by haste, yet increasingly necessary for meaning. In this sense, the modern geisha, whether performing in Kyoto's Gion district or giving cultural lectures abroad, stands as both an artist and philosopher, showing that beauty without discipline fades, and discipline without grace becomes hollow. Her continued survival in the 21st century is a miracle of adaptation, community, and faith in art itself, proving that tradition, when nurtured with integrity, does not wither but evolves into a bridge between centuries. And so, her influence stretches quietly beyond her own profession into film, literature, fashion, and even design, where the principles of simplicity, asymmetry, and transience that define Japanese aesthetics owe much to her subtle sense of balance. In every minimalist structure, in every carefully plated meal, in every respectful bow exchanged in daily life, the geisha's spirit hums beneath the surface, a silent teacher reminding the world that beauty is not a luxury but a form of awareness, and awareness is the foundation of peace. As tourists still gather in narrow Kyoto alleys, hoping for a fleeting glimpse of a geisha gliding past in twilight, few may realize that they are not merely witnessing a historical remnant, but encountering the living embodiment of a philosophy that continues to shape how Japan sees itself and how the world sees Japan: refined, composed, unhurried, and deeply humane. Her legacy, therefore, is not confined to the tea house or the stage, but resides in every act of mindfulness, every gesture of respect, and every instance of art created with sincerity and patience. In a sense, she is both memory and mirror, reflecting what has been and what still can be, inviting each generation to rediscover the value of grace in motion and silence in presence. And though the modern world may seem far removed from the lantern-lit evenings of her past, the truth remains that wherever art meets discipline and humanity meets beauty, the spirit of the geisha lives on, timeless and eternal, whispering softly that elegance is not something one wears, but something one becomes.